can you look at games like this against great offense, Josh Allen, and just use it as a bit of a measuring stick to see where your defense truly is halfway through the season?
Absolutely. It's a fantastic offense, championship level offense, Super Bowl level offense. So an opportunity to see where we stand.
Where do you think you stand?
We'll see. I feel like we're a young group that's growing and moving in the right direction, but still got a long way to go.
Von Miller, your thoughts on Von Miller and at age 33, whatever he is?
Yeah, I haven't.
What am I talking about?
I haven't watched. Fantastic player, though.
Yeah.
Always has been. He's created a legacy for himself in this league that's going to stand the test of time. He's a great player.
You did a pretty good job of stopping Lamar Jackson in Week 1. What's the challenge, or how is the challenge different against Josh Allen?
It's a different set of receivers. It's a different offense from a system standpoint. Although there are some quarterback runs, not as much. It's not the same as Baltimore in that way. They're both similar talents, though, like just strong, fast athletes that got arm talent and receivers to throw to. So it's a great challenge, it really is.
When you have two corners like Sauce and DJ, just talk about the benefits that brings, especially when you're playing a quarterback like this.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of versatility, ability to do a lot of different things from a coverage perspective. The two of them have started to create a really strong relationship, and they love being challenged. It's a really cool mindset. It's hard sometimes when you put a lot of stress on corners like we do at times. Just in general, there's pushback sometimes. Not pushback, but there's body language or something. Never get that from those two. It's whatever you call coach will make work, So not only the talent, but the mindset, the makeup. It's a cool group.
You feel a lot of excitement from Jermaine to get back out on the field?
I do. He was moving in the right direction, showing us some things. We targeted him and we drafted him because of the length and the size and the ability that he has. And this is the type of game that you're going to need it. So excited about him getting back out there, getting healthy, for sure.
How would you describe Sauce's mentality, and why is that making who he is, at this position?
Yeah, he's, I was told like the best corners, it's never their fault. They have this Superman mentality where it's just, it's my shoelace or it's my glove. They have this mentality that they can never be beat. And he's got that to him. He's got tremendous confidence. His football IQ for a rookie is way ahead of most. Still got a long way to go in that way, but just his thirst for knowledge and the way he works and operates on a day-to-day basis is really cool to see. He's got the makeup of a guy that's played some time in this league and excited about the future.
I think I saw a stat that Bryce Huff has like the fastest get off of like any pass rusher in the league, like
wow.
0.65 seconds or something like that. Like, does that add up when just knowing how he plays and how quickly? I saw someone describe it as it's like he shot out of a cannon.
He is, yeah. He's got a superpower of speed and get off, and it shows up every time he's on the field. He's a tremendous asset for us in that way.
How does Nyheim Hines impact your preparation?
Yeah, like he would potentially bring a couple new packages for them, where they put two backs on the field or use them in a third down capacity as a slot receiver or even as a scat back. So we'll see. We're preparing for both worlds, whether he's the second back or he's in at a receiver position, and we'll be prepared for him. But he's a challenge because he's a mismatch on backers and safeties at times from a coverage standpoint. He's got real speed, receiver speed, at a position that typically doesn't have it. So he's a tough one to cover.
How do you feel about the JFM penalty?
Coach Salah's dealt with it. We've dealt with it in the building. Continue to work towards just giving the clearest parameters for our players so that we can avoid those penalties.
You've had a few JFM of those personal fouls that have kind of been a little bit costly for you. I think there was one last year, the Bengals game. How do you get him to play more disciplined without taking away his aggression?
Yeah, it's the balance, and it's just giving clear parameters and exactly how the league's going to call it, and getting clarity for us to coach it, and clarity from the official standpoint exactly what they're calling. So we're just trying to make that as clear as possible to him and to us and to everybody involved, so we can avoid it.
On the touchdown from Jacoby Myers in the New England game. It looked like the tight end was blocking Sauce Gardner. What's the rule on that?
As far as the pick rules?
Blocking him before the pass was caught.
Yeah, we don't, in all honesty, like that, it's a penalty that doesn't get called very often, you know, so we got to be better, we got to anticipate the motion, we got to get our banjo called, and we got to execute at a higher level on that play, for sure.
Look at all the changes you've made. How much more equipped are you guys as a defense to now face these challenges of the Bills and other teams like that?
You know, I think just from a defensive mentality, you always feel like you're prepared, regardless of who you're coming in with. That last game, I thought we played these guys extremely well. You know, we competed. A team that didn't have a whole lot to play for from a playoff standpoint. I felt like our group played hard. They played physical. They played sound football. Played competitive football. So yeah, do I maybe feel a little bit more confident because of the talent? Yeah, but the mentality's the same. You know, and these guys are just excited, like you guys had alluded to see where we stand.
One of the things Josh does, and he's put on film a couple of times, is probably one of the few quarterbacks who actually hurdles people.
Right.
Leaps over them. Do you have to address that at all with the defensive backs, and not going too low, tackling him when he's in the open?
Yeah, when you tackle just in general, you know all of our fundamentals that we teach: leverage, keeping your eyes up, running through contact, wrapping, going chest to chest. Those all apply, and if you do that, you shouldn't get hurdled. It's the guys that drop their head that typically get jumped over. That's a technique that we would never teach, just from a safety standpoint. You know, putting our guys at risk. So apply your basic fundamentals. It shouldn't happen.
Is it like facing 12 players on offense when a quarterback is like a running back and a quarterback?
It can be a little bit. You know, when you gap things out from a running back perspective, there's a gap for every man, and you can defend that. When the quarterback becomes the runner, obviously there's an additional gap, an additional runner. So from a mathematical standpoint, you're out-gapped, you know, and they have one more guy than you do. So it's a matter of getting off a block and do my job and do a little bit more, you know. So it's a challenge to our players in that way, no matter who it is at quarterback.
Another speed guy, Isaiah McKenzie, talking about the problems that he presents.
Yeah, he's similar to the Hines guy as far as you're going to see jet sweeps and reverses, and he's going to blow the top off your coverage at times and just go on the go ball. So it's he's got a very specific role, and we got to identify where he's at all times.